Hey, Matt here with the Leadership Perspective, and today we're going to talk about a system to improve your leadership skills. Now, leadership is one of the most commonly used terms, especially when it comes to business, and it's really made up of two separate components. On one side, we have who we are as a person, our personality, and our character traits. And on the other side, we have the soft skills that we develop through our experiences, whether that's through life, through work, or from schooling. Now, why is it so important to work on these skills? Well, leadership skills are what really differentiate you from being a good candidate to being a great one. Almost all jobs are looking for leadership skills because leaders are highly motivated to get better. They're looking to improve continuously, and so they're more likely to produce more over the long term. In addition, leaders also help to increase the productivity of other people. And especially because the fact that they want to help other people get better. Now, let's start talking about how we're going to improve. I've created a 5-step system for you, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Step 1, you have to identify the skills you need to improve. To help you out with this, I've created a survey that you can find in the link below. Go ahead and pause the video really quick so you can print it out. On this survey, you're going to see that there are 3 separate categories of skills: interpersonal communication, critical thinking, and productivity. And within that, there's a bunch of other skills that are incredibly important for the success of any leader. What you're going to use is the scale from 0 to 10 that's rated above, and rank yourself for each individual skill. Once you've done that, print out 3 to 5 new copies and give them to some people that would have seen you practice your leadership skills already. Some people would be your bosses, coworkers, teammates, teachers, coaches, even family members can work, although I would recommend staying away from them because they tend to be a little bit more biased. But if you don't have a choice, go ahead and use them. What you're going to do is take the average of their results and compare it to your own. And this will help you get some internal feedback on your leadership skills and some external feedback. Compare those off and highlight 1 to 3 skills that you think are most important for you to work on. These are most likely going to be skills that you're not as proficient at, but sometimes they may be ones that you're already fairly good at and you just need to master to make it an absolute strength. Go ahead and do that. That brings us to step 2, finding opportunities to learn. Now, there's really 3 ways you can do this. First, you have to start consuming content about that particular skill. Perhaps time management is your area for improvement. Simply looking up online on YouTube or just doing a Google search can give you a lot of information about how you can start improving that area. The second way is to start to observe people as you go throughout your day. In other words, you're trying to find models for that particular skill. When you watch them, though, you don't want to just watch what they do, but also, what is the result? What happens because of the action that that model did? Now, sometimes you're going to have great models in your life that can really show you how to do things well simply by observing or even asking them questions. But sometimes those aren't available to you. So even learning what people do that doesn't work well can help you learn and improve in your particular skill. The last step is to find more opportunities to practice that particular skill for yourself. That could be taking on extra roles at your work or school, or finding a volunteer organization to step up in the community. Or for myself, joining a club such as Toastmasters to give yourself an opportunity to practice and adhere to a plan to improve that particular skill set. Step 3. Practice, practice, and more practice. This is by far the most important of the 3 steps that I've talked to you so far about. If you don't put in the work, if you don't take the action, you really won't start to improve. But in order to make sure you are improving, I should have said practice and track. You have to make sure you look at what you've done. Take notes every single time you practice. What worked? What didn't work? What was the result, right? And as you do that over time, and then you check, you're going to start to see some serious progress. The tracking is what helps you stay motivated even when you're not seeing the immediate results that we really want to see. Step 4, reassess and ask for feedback. This is really important so that you can start to measure what actually is working. Now, obviously, when you start to write your notes down and you track your progress, you will start to see some change. But you really want to reassess using the same exact form to reassess where you're at. Give yourself a number, be critical, and also be fair. Once again, if you haven't really made the improvement, perhaps that just means you have to change what you're doing in order to get better. Or if you made some great progress, you probably want to stick to it. Another thing that you really want to do is start to ask for feedback, whether that's from the people you're trying to model or your bosses or those other influential people in your life that could help you along this process. Critical thinking and critical feedback is incredibly important in order to make progress over the long term. We'll try what works for us, but sometimes we'll get stuck, and that's when feedback really comes in handy. Brings us to our final step, which is step 5. Share what you've learned. Once you've had some serious progress in that development of that skill, start to share what you've learned with other people that could benefit from this. This is really the summation of leadership development, because sharing with other people what you've learned is how you make other people better. Now, this isn't just for them, since they will get better, but it's also for yourself. For anybody who's ever had the chance to teach, or coach, or mentor, you'll know that once you start sharing with other people what you've learned, it actually helps solidify your understanding for yourself. It's really a win-win situation. To summarize, let's go over all the steps again. Step 1, identify what skills you need to work on. Take that survey, share that survey with other people, get their feedback, and combine it together. Pick 1 to 3 skills. Step 2, find new opportunities to learn, whether that's consuming content online or in person, finding a role model, or learning through new opportunities that you've developed for yourself. Step 3, practice, and make sure you track your progress. Take notes. Step 4, reassess with the same survey and then ask for feedback. And lastly, step 5, make sure you share with other people. If you liked what you've learned so far today, please make sure to like the video and comment below one strength that you have in terms of the skills and one weakness. Also, if you're looking for a very specific skill to be talked about in the near future, please take my online survey that I've also included in the link. It should take you only about 1 to 2 minutes, so it shouldn't take too much of your time. If you're looking for more leadership development information and content, subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting stuff every week. Thanks again for your time, and I'll see you next time.